Alright, I haven't done a update video on this guy yet. Just feeding these fishies. I just put some flakes in, some algae wafers, and some bloodworms. Oh, what happened to there's a chunk there somewhere of bloodworms. But anyways, so got some live plants in here. I had all the pots planted, but they got uprooted quickly, so I just left them. Here's a big loach coming out. Back in. But anyways, kind of show you the filtration setup. So I just put these air stones in, kind of help with water flow, kind of helping uplift here. Because my plumbing, kind of hard to see, but it comes in. So my nozzles are right here, which about halfway in the middle of the tank. Just kind of how I ended up setting it up. But I got two overflows to the PVC pipe guys, which worked pretty good. It's I don't know, it's a little noisier than I'd like, but they work well. And what's neat about these, the tops there are, I believe they're vents for like sewer drain type deal, for like your toilet and stuff like that. And that's the vent cover. They actually worked out fairly nice. I think they're a 2-inch one. I did pick up a 4-inch one. I mean, it's massive. That one probably would have just worked fine, but the way I had this set up, I wanted two separate ones for redundancy. I have partial flow going through both of them. And then down in the filtration. Alrighty. So we come down in there, and then I have filter floss, and then this pond media. So it's two different layers: filter floss, pond media, filter floss, pond media. That's that polyfill for like quilting. And then got some live plants down here. I think I'm going to put a small power head in here, because there's some, when I change these filters, change polyfill, there is some debris that gets over it and settles, because I don't have enough cross flow across this thing. Yeah, I haven't scraped this algae off. I want to see if it gets worse or whatnot. But I do have my media in here, all my lava rock from when this tank was set up in the 55. I put an air stone on it to help with flow, just to make sure it's got enough flow going through it. And at the end, I got two heaters for redundancy, and my return pump over there. So I just shut it all off. Usually I don't shut it off when I feed them, but we'll kind of see how it goes here. I'm gonna kick my feed back on. Watch this level drop here. Oops, sorry. Slowly ramping up. So you can see, you kind of see how the flow starts to go here. So I just got it going across the top. So it kind of recircs about halfway in the tank and comes up, and majority of it stays here, and then some goes over and out the overflow. So when I feed, it's not, most of the feed stays in the main display. As far as substrate goes, I don't have to clean it very often. Like Cory Cat and my plecos keep it kind of sifted, which that Cory Cat's blind. My cousin pointed that out a couple years ago. I didn't notice it, but we've probably had him 6 or 7 years. Same with that pleco there, which his name is Chubbs, and obviously he's very small. And compared to the larger one, the common. So you can see the flow's kind of going. Level dropped here. Pretty quiet. The sump's pretty quiet. I do have my overflows down in the water some. It was the quietest setup I could find, with it being kind of open stand right now. You could, I don't know if you could really hear it. It's not too loud right now. I don't know if my flows. I'll turn the flow all the way up. See how it sounds. But we can. So here's a stick fish. Got two of those guys in here. I was hoping they're going to breed. They did breed once, but well, that I seen. But somebody ate the eggs rather quickly. Then got some rainbows. Then my clown loaches there. There is some bristlenose plecos. I got two that are albino. Oh, there's one right here in the plant. Probably really hard to see. That's an albino one. Another albino one. He was in this hole here. And then I have a one that's not albino, and he always hides back there. He's larger than the other two, but he's always hiding back there. And then, like I said, my common, I think he's 14 inches long or something like that. That's measured. Oh, there's a big clown loach. I believe that one's a female. She doesn't come out very much when you're around the tank. I had to get her, I had to take her caves out because she's getting too big for them. That's why I wanted her to use that pot, because she can get in and out of it a little easier. But using these, this was her cave. Obviously, I mean, it's pretty small for her size, and it was, I think, starting to scrape the top of her. That's why I just, you know what, I'm just gonna take it out so she'll start using that. And she did. I'm gonna get a cat, a curious cat. But now you can hear a little bit of the overflow noise. But wish it was drilled tank. But this is just this is a 70 gallon that I got a while back. I might do a cichlid tank out of it once I get I got a 60 gallon cube set up. This stands actually for a 60 gallon cube that I built. So you can see it doesn't fit on here perfectly or anything. But I just put an extra brace across it to make it go for the 60, but the way I got it set up for the 60, there's a brace 2 foot in. And that's the brace for that. And I just added another brace back here. And just a piece of wood. But I need to put my facade around it. It is pretty nice. I just need to finish staining it. But no, it's working, I guess. This is the first sump that I've done. I think in hindsight, I probably would move this over some to get more flow. I think this is about right for size. I have to fill it quite a bit. I'm probably putting 2 gallons in, I would say, about every other day. Probably a gallon a day. It evaps out, even with the lids on it. And I don't care for that lid. I gotta redo that. But and a couple other design flaws for this setup. Getting my filters out is kind of tough with the distance in the stand. Like this one, I have to pull out this way to get it out of there. The other one, I can pull it out this way, but it is kind of tough getting them in and out. So maybe I might move that over this way some when I do the other tank. But I'll have to see how all that goes. I don't know. Almost need to make the stand a couple inches taller. But, and there's my air pump. I don't have everything all nice and neat. I need to need to straighten it up a little bit, but that's it.